Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Crave Wit Studios. Spoiler alert. We got a joint and a half to smoke. We got some flour. I'm also going to smoke in here. We got the house to myself for like 5 hours. I'm just bored. Update though. Just like I said, because I never lie, we're getting the studio here is getting a slight upgrade. And if I told you about my future PC, what I'm building up, it would make you so jealous. You guys will spoiler alert. All right. So this motherboard I'm looking at can hold the latest 64 core 128 thread by Epic AMD processor at 3 gigahertz per core. We have a motherboard with PCI 4 7 X16 PCI Gen 4 slots. This is on ASRock board. Do I have your attention yet? I'm replacing the Dell RAID card with an LSI, and it got 4 enterprise write intensive SSDs. We're going to use that as our caching layer underneath the LSI RAID card.
Track empty shells. Instrumental.
256 gigabytes DDR4, 3200 megahertz speed. It's incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. That's just on the PC side, all right? So that's the upgrade I'm giving myself. That's my next PC that will last for 5 years. Then in the studio, we got a brand new, let me look up. We got a Yamaha. This is the latest. You know, I should finish getting myself going here. Got the latest Yamaha Mod X8. Another one always had a guitar. So a keyboard is an instrument now. We got the TC Helicon Perform V multi-vocal effect. Don't know what this thing looks like, right? So hopefully that will get my vocal cords going up in a bunch for you. I got a white USB. It's like you guys know what it is. I got one of those. I got one of those things that light up for like Christmas lights. They're basically that monitors your thing. Oh, here are those 4 drives, man. Look at that shit. Oh no, man. There's the LSI card. Oh, we got a new streamer here. If you look at 4K 60 frames per second, I'm gonna be upgrading the studio here to 60 frames in 4K. We got a new fat filter so you can keep smoking my weed indoors. Got a Blueberry microphone replacement. We have a Got one of those, a 4 terabyte drive for the random splits. Oh, I got a portable thingy that I could hook up to my iPad. I got HDMI to HDMI converter. 3 of those. Scalar. Got a bug zapper. Straight up, man. Here's the Boss 505. Yeah. Here's that keyboard right there, sucker. Woo! Hell yeah, man. Totally. So, we got a bunch of music that we will be making out of nothing. Hell yeah. So let me get the rest of the stream started. We'll puff up a joint right away so we don't stink up the house. Well, if I do stink it up, it'll be gone. Yeah. So today, right now, I'm going to play this other stuff I've been working on behind the scenes that need to be pushed out the door. So instead of laying in bed today and doing this, because that's basically where I've been, besides collecting money, I appreciate all of you who've been buying these albums. You've been making my dream possible. Thank you so much. Keep on spreading the word of CWSPOD and love Justin Perry. I lead by example. I'm a follower for everyone. So here is the next freestyle album and kind of like radio show we have in
on your location sickness, on my own location sickness. Sometimes you gotta give it up to God. You've done all you can do. Yeah, that's why you give it all up to God. Give love's a phone call. Swing on these legs. Great conversation with best friend God. Best friend God.
Class.
Track
Hey,
LGCD
let's talk about some
452.1
irrelevant
TR21
stuff.
SOD21.
Right? Totally relevant, but irrelevant stuff. Diamond, money bags, money trees, cash, girls jumping on the knob, 777 casino. Yeah, swearing was also allowed, but the majority of the population frowned upon. It would be like, well, okay, yeah, you can. So that kind of became who I am in here. Just all those things mixed together and get an animal like that with gold grill. And got a gold grill. Guy rapping the song should have a gold grill and a phantom. Should have an underground pool. It sounds like it, right? And I bring this back to another life lesson. I said it a few times. The great ones in life. We are more focused on their work, even ourselves. Even with our friends, we're more focused on ourselves than we are them. It's like Einstein gave us math problem, and Jefferson was some type of president. Governors are governors, cars are cars. Yo, I lost track. The point here is smoke your medicine responsibly. You want to know what I've been working on behind the scenes? I don't think will ever amount to anything. I have a folder, and inside of there are track 1, acapellas that are split up by the breath. And then instead of the naming convention that they are, I type in there what it is. Yeah. Get it on the pole. And then I was like, that would be a lot of work, but I could totally do that, man. And I think that's possible. What to do during the coronavirus. What to do during my bad back visit to Earth. What to do, man, as I get hated on because I got bad back syndrome. I get hated on because I ain't drink enough water growing up as a kid. And I must have a huge sign on my forehead that says lazy with a capital L, man. Lazy. You ain't no king, right? Walk out of here. You ain't no king. Who the hell are you? Walk outside and it's freezing. In here it's like 110. So we could do that. So, Yeah, y'all know I ain't talking about anyone's butthole. Or am I? I don't know any loose buttholes. I don't think they even exist, 'cause don't we live in a bubble now? And no one gets effed in the butthole around here. But holy hell, I was watching, okay, you want to see a guy who is obviously gay. I'm not making fun of gay people, you know. You want to see a woman who's got big boobies. Same kind of thing, man. I ain't making fun of you guys. 'Cause we all have, you know, they got breasts, they got lips, and I have a dong. Oh, man. But the Vanderpumps, the latest episode, 2020 March, Brittany and Jax be having their wedding reception, and there's a guy who looks totally gay, obviously. His lips, remember the cartoon? What was it? It was like Daffy Duck. His lips look like Daffy Ducks, man. Maybe they're like red, being chapped. Again, I'm not making fun, because y'all are a great community. We make fun of everyone, and that's what I do. As long as it sounds good, it ain't need to be about my life, man. When you provide a service to the world, it's not about them. I think I have one song that has a chorus. Trying to find it here, but it's lost in the mix. So let's get back chilling. I'm gonna take some hits. I'm feeling the vodka. Going slow. We ain't want to puke. And we're just chilling right now. And we're talking. Talking real, man. Like friends.
The world, there's too many places to be at the same time. We all got our own. There's too many places to be taught. One equals too many places.
Oh, you know, I got a lot of things to say, because once I say it, it's on the recorder, so you have to get used to me going back in and out. It's not about now, it's about then, future tense. I've rewired some stuff here. I'm always trying to make it sound good. Sometimes we get stuck. I think the last video I was mixing and I got stuck and it sounded bad through, I'd say 40% of it. But I've noticed that the volume goes up and down sometimes. And I rely on a lot of automation that happens behind the scenes. It helps me do what I do, but if I was managing the automation, it would go so much better. But, you know, since you just got me, you got automation, and sometimes I can't catch that, so apologize. FYI for the fans, I don't drink very much, but I'm buzzing. I'm in pain a bit. It sucks, but we're positivity. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna say a 4. I don't like to get any higher than 7. I start regretting my actions. I hate regretting my actions. On point. On it. Alright, so my ratio on deleting files is about 1 an hour. We have some in the bin that haven't got this far yet. And we got 5 albums, freestyle albums, we're currently working on. So, I mean, if you notice by now, we make mixtapes over the music, the beats that I make. You can hear a lot of repeats and this and that, but the point is, man, it doesn't matter if it's duplicates, just as long as it's not redundant. It's got to be able to be something I want to chill to, and it sounds so. Again, like when I delete stuff, even if half the track, like, I don't want to edit. Editing is, I don't like it. I don't mind when I do effects and all that. That's fun. Floor. And a noise floor is white noise. Remember when you could turn on your TVs and all that was static, or a radio with no station? All you heard was white noise. The white noise on a 16-bit isn't as harsh. It's more of a, you know, more like that. Problem is they always say record 24-bit, because then if you use automation, right, here's a problem once you get 16-bit. And I think my current system now, the way how it's wired up, at some point it gets turned to 16-bit. And then I have automation after that. Okay, so you got your noise floor. So when it's doing its auto volume corrections, it's also raising that. So you'll have that. And what I want is 24-bit all the way to here. This thing then gets sent out 24-bit. But now it's 16, so I'm unhappy with capture card, man. It used to be no computer, now we got a computer in the mix. That's why I look so fancy. Asus 1070 Ti. The difference between a 1080, 1070 Ti, 1070. So a Ti is basically a little
Track LGCD
it's got more clock
452.1
cycle than a 1080. So a 1080 could be the current year's generation. I don't want to say it's faster, but I'd say that the 1070 Ti would be the hardware generation for it, so like last year, so a year gap. I got the 1070 Ti Turbo, and that would be a bit faster than the 1080. 1080's got one GPU, and the Ti version's got two. Identical. You started doing the math, and like the Ti version just adds another GPU, but it's kind of weird. Took me a long time to understand that. So anyway, I go on and on about this technical shit, but it usually gets deleted because I'm like, yo, that shit's boring. But if we can shorten it and make it into a fast rap song, this will become a fast rap song, guarantee it. You will hear me someday. Exactly what I'm saying. It's like you hear in the background.
Disorder. Talk too loud disorder. Can't hear you.
Yeah. Yo, I figure I better talk. I mean, we can do that, but let me see how much time we got. All right, so we've been here for 3.5 hours. 4 hours is minimum. I was thinking about going soon, taking a shower. This room still gets hot. I don't like the sweat. R.I.P. to all the victims and coronavirus. You know that I'm a high risk. Honestly, I ain't worried about it because it doesn't feel real to me, you know? I'm well informed. Like, I know it's there. I know it's coming. But at the moment, I'm at peace. And, you know, I'm doing everything I can to make sure I don't get it. I got a very high chance having complications if I do get it. Because I've been smoking weed, and I want to be honest, I want to tell you what hurt me the most. It wasn't all the years smoking. It was when I tried wax on a hot glass. I would get it super red hot. I'm not sure how hot that is, but I remember I did that for 1 month. And I was physically damaged. If the virus got to me, I probably couldn't smoke for sure, because you could tell that. I found a good documentary that explains what COVID ID does to the infected person. Like, they were going over the lung sacs and how, like, real detailed animation stuff. I believe I posted it on my Facebook page, and I got no idea to tell you how to get there, but it's by my real name. So once you find it, I posted a video there on 2020 March, and I stay well caught up in all of this stuff. So I don't sit there watching it all day. Like, I purposely turn the cheek. And I started doing that to CNN, Fox News, believe it or not. I used to be a big, like, that's all I would watch before I moved to Colorado. And man, Colorado had changed for me. And right before I came here, because I basically put a zip tie around my neck, and then my mom comes walking down as I did that. Right at that moment, man, and I just froze, hoping she would walk past the door. My door was, because they had a big-ass house. Hard telling when she was coming down. But anyway, she opened the door, and she saw me sitting there with the zip tie. Like, I was really gonna off myself. And I was like, damn, this is the way to do it. Can't chicken out. But then, that's when I moved to Colorado. You guys heard the story before. I wanted to write, but I broke my hand, had bone construction surgery. I'm right-handed, so even working the keyboard is tough. I'm amazed how I get all this done. So that's why I had to quit programming. And my back is why I had to quit computer repair. So, with the majority of what I love to do out of the picture, and I was like, yo, they need to hear my story. And then, I was watching all these documentaries. I was like, man, I wish I could be a musician through all this too, but I was still watching all these documentaries. And the first one of them I watched was mental health. It could be propaganda, for the other side. And that's when I became, I'm not anymore, but I was like an activist of all the evils of mental health. And I was ignorant at the time because I was like, none of you know this. Like, you're all in disbelief. And I don't think I had in my head one person that believed me, so you could probably hear it throughout my songs, and it's probably that way. I'm not sure. There's probably a label for it. But it's weird what I turned in. A real nice guy, like away from here. I don't ever talk like I'm quiet. And when I first met my wife, like, this studio is what she relied on. And all the doctors I saw after that was like, bogus, right? You don't fit. But the problem was back then I was already labeled it. And y'all heard this story. I was acting out, and like I never saw one of these doctors before, so I was being passive aggressive and basically feeding him answers and acting like the devil and doing all this stuff because I didn't understand how bad it could hurt you. I didn't understand how much power this guy had. So I wasn't even acting right. And then I got diagnosed with schizophrenia. And you know what life is when you have no rights, under 18. I always felt better when I wasn't on the meds, but it's like going off cocaine. It was all weird and shit. So like early on, age 12 or something, people just looked at you crazy. And I just lost my whole life because I wasn't taking a situation serious like I should have at that time. I was just being passive aggressive and acting like Hollywood was my call. Creative guy, writing. There's really no problems here, but over the years, there's problems. I think it was a contributor of not only myself, but probably people that didn't know much about anything what was going on, so they were just listening to doctor's orders. And just same thing at school, that it was like special ed now, all because of a 30-minute interview with a psychologist. I never experienced like mental issues, but I've been treated for them. Like, I've been in groups, I've been in Narcotics Anonymous, and I got stories of my drug years. Like, I have all the stuff that I don't talk about. And it's a very interesting part of my life, but at the end of the day, that ain't selling records. And I might get to it because I'm slowly starting to open up and I want to talk more instead of rapping. Slowly moving away. Maybe it's my voice. My voice is, I still like to listen to myself rap. I think it's very fun. But my voice has changed over the years, and it could be the Zoloft 75 milligrams every day I take so I don't cry from the amount of pain I'm going through on my bad back syndrome. I haven't cried in months. Now it feels good. And it doesn't allow me to be creative in here, but we are creative. I mean, you can see it. But I think this is a live freestyle. The live freestyles suck. And I'm glad I moved away from that to more digital mixing. You see my digital desk here. I do it several ways, but like once it goes better, I'm not expecting it to be better. It's moving into fixing changes. Now I normalize all of my tracks and even submit tracks -6 dB. I used to run it all the way to the top. I tried many things, and I never went to audio engineer school. Everything I know, including like programming, was learned on my own. So we go slow and sometimes not fast. But in the earlier days, I would spend so much time on plugins and VSTs that it blew my mind. Say it takes 10 minutes for every minute you need to edit here. And, since this was made into a live broadcast ever since the beginning, it was like, yeah, look at me. But it moved away from more like, yeah, look at me to process. So this was probably live. You guys don't hear much of these anymore. And it's rare. I'm like, I don't hear. But you all heard the tracks before this. And after it, the breaks are removed between the normalized words. And nowadays, we cut between sentences instead of 2 seconds. So these things are getting better. These tools were always there, but I was stupid. I'm not sure why I didn't implement them. And life today is about implementation. From my bad back, how to work with what we have. I have audio tracks. I have some of this stuff. We got a live broadcast. We don't use all of these boxes. We're supposed to be 24-bit all the way to the door. We're not. How do we fix it? And so you're always trying to look for the weakest link within your setup. I don't say my setup is good. It just works for what I needed. And, I have a nice mixer here, records 32-bit WAV files. I got several options here to work with post-processing. And, that's enough to keep me busy nowadays. I thought all of this stuff was cool in the day, but, now it's just hard to get in. So this remote desk that I have, I was trying to get it ever since the beginning. And now you guys get it from an app on your phone. And I usually have the sound card uninstalled for the Pal Talk machine because it's too addicting. And they talk about reasonable debates. I like that, and it can consume my day, so I never installed the sound card. But, you upgrade software, and it installs a virtual sound card. So anyway, after I lost control of that, the virtual desktop program I use called Jump Desktop. I like the iOS app. And you also install like a Windows software, and it's got this Fluid plugin. It's not RDP anymore. There's this whole new protocol called Fluid 2.0 or something, and it's got real-time stereo sound if you got good connection. It works so easy through your firewall or 4G. Still in that ultramizer, really should start a collection of buying ultramizers, because me being live, it's always good to be, right here I can adjust the sound to the voice, and I know that's off. And so it's real easy. I don't need much. I like this thing because you can make yourself sound like a radio station by turning this dial all the way up to 100. That's the surround. Yeah, you guys see it right there. So you turn this all the way up to 100, and basically what that does is, I want to say it's like an ultra fast attack, very quick, before it gets encoded to its original format. So what you're hearing is not jumps in your file. What you're hearing is like a hard limited, but it's not hard limited because it self-adjusts everything. But you lose your dynamic. You turn this down, and now we have a dynamic. You hear that? So I have a few boxes here that I like. This one because this one started causing me problems, like it usually does, and then I stopped using this one, using this one again. This one's complicated. Has a lot of buttons, has a lot of dials. It works good if you set it up right. Set up half-ass, it could still sound okay. But it's It's so easy to set that up. I like the Ultramizer because it's simple. You know, you got basically just some buttons here. I'm not using any. Right here's the dynamics. You got 3 button dynamics. This one, you'd have so many dials. It's nuts. Here you got like a gate. And a gate is when it doesn't hear stuff. So, I mean, it's real simple stuff right here. And that's your output. It's the max you want. I like, you know, it's nice and simple. Even with this, you could still set it up wrong and it sound bad. But with this, it's much more difficult to make mistakes. This one is very easy to make mistakes, but this one has a lot of advanced features, which I do like. This one's good for broadcasting because it's a live bit converter, so it can convert the signal coming out of here, which is still 24-bit. It can shape it up so you send it out 44.1 kilohertz, 16-bit, 8-bit, 4-bit. Try to use some automation between the brackets. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I be doing something else besides laying in bed. But 5 years from now, none of us will know that. What we know is the show I gave. Oh, we're going to talk about a coronavirus discussion and chill. So my pain levels start off there. Irrelevant information, but it's like a 7.5, and it's time for a patch. We will put this on together. I will show you what it takes to live the life of a junkie. I mean, a responsible drug user. Damn, bro.
Another world virus. Instrumental.
Welcome back.
From album. Coronavirus Returns. CJ026 Instrumentals. By Love Justin Perry.
Had a good time, though. Yo, man, don't feel good. I used to do this 8 hours standing. Believe that. I probably did that about 7 times. Probably did it way more, but I could count, you know, many times. You're probably way more. You know, how many songs you got out, bro? Doesn't feel like we got 1,600 tracks. You know, look at the time go. Doesn't feel like we got 1,600 ways to make $1. I'm not trying to be big-headed here. I mean, that's real. 90% royalties. While y'all been investing in Bitcoin, I've been investing myself. Getting paid by PayPal is the best thing in the world. Yeah, I broke my favorite iPad, and what will I do now? I got 2 of them to fix. This one's already got a broken screen. But man, I can't live without my best friends. Best friends of all time. I'm glad you called me. Beautiful talk on the phone. Oh, we just winding down, and you just getting up. Thanks for watching Creative Win Studios. Production, online delivery. Yeah. We'll be back here soon, so make sure you subscribe. Get to know. Because when we come back here next show, we'll be doing a bit better. Getting the mind right. Start rapping myself to sleep. Waking up, spitting bars. That's where we're not at now, but we will. Told myself we should do a week of this, and a week I will. And then I'll hibernate for the next 6 months. This is new bars, spit bars. Actually, I need new freestyles. Even today, I still say 35-40% of it is good. I'll be deleting That's why we make a bunch.
Beautiful mix-ins, intercourse-in, after main meal, Colston, dessert, goosebumps. Up here, baby, it's just you and I here. Do you believe in ghosts? Does baby believe there's too much in the bathroom? Gets touched, rubbing you back and forth, dust don't get wet. Hard and we shower to get off, cause I know it's just you and I here. You and I here, just you and I here. No, we should hot box. Then who to be, what I wear. We walk, I'm sorry, lady, did I cause goosebumps? Oh no, baby. Words moaning louder. The right moves, grooves. Yeah, baby, beat to the music, beat to the music. Beat to the take you knees off. The basement from the couch. Television will watch face. Cause I take you moon and back. Saying the right music, beat to the music, beat to the music. Party, raising heat. I'm bored, you wanna get busy? Just do something by the dinner. Come back here later, and I'll tie you up to the bed, tickle you with needles, make you better.
Track Platinum Third. Instrumental.
Homie got it ready, taking up in back here. Homie can never reach the pass here. And cause you got labeled this. Oh, buddy, just put it back here. What you do with your life?
That's why they all call you
Track. Moonlight Moon.
the names
Instrumental.
you are, because maybe
Love Justin Perry.
you shouldn't get butthurt. But maybe you should look at those and be like, damn, they called me a thief. What? You know, so maybe you're doing something that a thief does. Or, damn, they're calling me a slut. I don't know, what do sluts do? Because I'm a man, and you can't prove any of that. Huh. Nuh-uh. You know, because men have it so easy. I heard it all the time from females. We have it so easy. I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah. I ain't got a bloody crotch. I ain't got tits to really hide who I am. So you spent your whole life trying to be seen, misunderstood. You know, but my beer belly always got in the way. My giant, humongous DICK always got in the way. I mean, my personality, that was lovable, but once she pulled down the boxers and saw what she was working with, her mouth slopes down and she was like, okay, well, can I do this the rest of my life? You know, all right, so a week or two goes by, and then they start getting snippy with you. You know, calling you douchebag, bunch of weird-ass names. I'm like, well, what am I doing, douchebaggy? Just sitting here with a soda, watching cartoons while you rubber on. What's happening to this world when we have headphones with two microphones on, picking up that extra for the lady fans? You know, when you hear my voice, especially when I'm having a mental episode and I lock myself in here because I need the mental episode burn itself out. And I do it and record it and I laugh my ass off at it. And, you know, I made money yesterday from just being me. So we're going to do what we did. We take a gulp of this, swish it to the back of our throats. Then we take this and then we swallow it. So we're taking shot mixed drink. Wow. I'm going to give you an honest review. Wow. Tastes like rubbing alcohol. You know, I really can't say anything bad about it because we drank over it. And honestly, besides the rubbing alcohol, staying positive. I feel it working. Didn't eat much today because, you know, I'm trying to lose weight. Losing weight for Jesus. I mean, if you don't mind, you know those rubbing alcohol pads that your nursery nurse gives you when she checks you for AIDS? And they open up like a salt packet and pull out a wet tampon looking thing. And then they clean it. This is what it smells like and tastes. I mean, that's genius. Maybe this is an acquired taste for junkies. People who use needles But people who use needles, maybe diabetics, because they're always poking themselves with rubbing alcohol smell. Maybe after a while, they start busting nuts and having orgasms when they drink Skull vodka. Have an open mind, positivity. But in all honesty, this premium vodka from Skull isn't really my cup of tea. Let's see how much. This is a 375 milliliter, 40% alcohol, 80 proof, 100% neutral spirits distilled from grain. According to the Surgeon General's, women should not drink alcohol beverages because their legs will open and the risk of getting pregnant and baby defects, retardation. Consumption of alcohol beverage impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery. We got PS4. Drive a car, man. Sometimes we drive much better when I get a few hits in me and then I chill back, play GTA 5. Man, I'm playing better than I ever did before. Or operate machinery and may cause health problems. Famous vodka, 1849. Rubbing alcohol. I don't like needles. I got Lysol wipes that smell good. And if they ever made an alcohol that tastes like Lysol, no, that would be some Lysol flavor from Skull. Maybe if they could do that, then they need to invent a drinkable anti-germ. Surely they can. I mean, people ate pod ties. I ain't gonna do it. Better to get me to drink this rubbing alcohol stuff. But like they say, all the germs are stuck in your throat, incubating. Most disgusting word ever. Incubate in your throat. So would chewing and sucking on a Lysol, since you all say that kills it, sure, it may get me sick and I may throw up, because that's what you usually do. You will throw up the germs in your toilet. Slimer, I need Hennessy, man. Cleanse my throat. Try that next time. Oh, but I need a break. My throat's getting hot. Won't take long, 20 minutes to recharge. And we've been at this. We got about 2 more hours, homie. You and I chilling. And I should actually edit. I need to stop doing, what I'm doing in here. Learn my lesson. Shelving material. It's not my thing anymore, man. Alright, so let's play. What do you guys want to hear, man? I got so many places to choose from. Here we go. We got a merge folder with 6 hours. Ain't got no idea what's in here. Let's see. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna get on in it. I guess my tolerance is too big. Fit it in with a snapshot. Crabbing in a crabber. Slapping a ho-ho on Merry Christmas. Often offers so high. Fell bust in his pants. And they were so thankful. Dropping donations. Starving children. Saving the world one group at a time. Got a beautiful sign. Seen it in the sky. Been hypnotized. Lost still. It won't hurt long. Cause the pain will never end. Day to day hell. They're just dolls. It ain't no shock. Suspension system. When the time is. When time.
Yeah. Oh! Credit Studios. Yeah, you know what time it is. Time to play with your pussycat. Yeah, time to play with your pussycat. Yeah, catch the string. Meow, yeah, catch the string. I'll rub across your leg. You got a lot of